Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Madam Deputy Speaker, the ACDP believes that it is the primary duty of the state to protect its citizens from crime and violence, yet it is failing in this regard. According to former Police Minister Chele, 223,000 murders were committed in a decade in South Africa since 2012. That's almost 250,000 lives that were lost. More than 27,000 lives and people were murdered last year alone. That's 75 people per day. What South Africans are experiencing is, for all practical purposes, a war in our own country. Law enforcement agencies complain that the fight against crime is hampered by reduced budgets for the police, for prosecutors, for more courts and more prisons. Yet today, in addition to an unacceptable SANRAL bailout of 5.1 billion rand, we are expected to approve more than 95 million rand to fund lawfare against Israel. This is only for the costs of filing papers at the ICJ. And despite what some may say in this House, there's been no final judgment of genocide against Israel. That is still to be considered by the court. Should the case go to trial, it will cost hundreds of millions of rands. Former Minister Pandor, responding to a question about the case, indicated that costs aren't prohibitive, as officials were being paid from departmental budgets. She added that the legal counsel has provided services pro bono, that is for free. We are now being asked to fork up 95 million rand. Why? The ACDP agrees with Mr. Kotso Mofokeng's submission that this bill does not speak to the core needs of South Africans who daily cannot afford to buy food, pay for electricity, pay for municipal bills, and be able to afford better health care. This strengthens the perception among South Africans that government prioritizes international relations and lawfare against Israel.
Swart, please take your seat. There is a point of order. Member, could you please point to the specific point in the rule book that you wish to raise on?
No, Chair, I just want to check if Mr. Swart can take a question, because he convicts that there is no finding of genocide against Israel. So I want to check
Swart,
if he can take a question.
Are you prepared to take a question?
At the end of my speech, I'll be glad to take that question. Thank you.
Please proceed.
The government prioritizes international relations and lawfare against Israel over the needs and socioeconomic challenges faced by the majority of South Africans. Charity begins at home. And whilst the ACDP is not callous and is deeply saddened by the loss of innocent lives on both sides of the Israel-Gaza war, we are equally saddened about the loss of hundreds of thousands of innocent lives in genocide
Swart,
taking place elsewhere in the world.
There is a point of order. Honourable Member, please point me to the...
Deputy Speaker, I'd like to know if there's any shred of conscience left still in Mr. Swart's in relation to the Palestinian situation.
That is not a point of order, and you have not asked him whether he would like to take a question. Honourable Swart, please proceed.
The question is, why does government not bring those countries before the ICJ? Are those lives not important as well? And what is also conveniently forgotten is that Hamas started this war
Swart, there is another point
when
of order. Please
1,200 mainly innocent civilians were murdered in Israel.
Please take your seat. Honourable Member.
Thank you.
Which
I'm
point
asking
of
if
order?
is he able to take a question?
Honourable Swart has indicated that he will only take it at the end of his speech. Honourable Swart, please proceed.
When unimaginable atrocities were committed and 250 hostages were taken, many of those will be murdered. Why is nothing said about that today? Haim Israel Chai. The people of Israel live. Haim Israel Chai. The ACDP will not support this bill. I thank you.
Swart, your time is expired. Thank you.